Okay? So today, we are now going to tackle all about grammar rules. Okay? So this is just a form of a review lang naman, no? Kung natatandaan nyo pa. Okay, so those grammar rules, the subject-verb agreement that you had no, way back on your junior high school days. Okay, so syempre meron naman kayong mga paunang grammar rules, okay, or things no, about grammar. Okay, so let us check if you remember no, all of those. Then if not, okay, kung hindi na masyado natatandaan, then this is a good time no, for you to refresh those knowledge of yours. Okay, so now academic language pa rin, part 2. Now we will be talking about grammar rules. No, this is grammar rules plays a vital role when it comes to writing. Okay, especially in an academic one. Okay, informal writing. Okay, so we should be grammatically correct when it comes to those kind of writing. Okay, first, so when we say grammar, okay, so kindly read what is a grammar, or would you mind to define what grammar is? So would you mind to open your mic, Kyla?
Grammar is a set of rules for forming the words and arranging the words in a sentence in the correct order to convey the complete and correct meaning.
Okay, so when we say grammar, it is a set of rules for forming the words and arranging the words in a sentence in the correct order to convey the complete and correct meaning. Okay, so when we say grammar, it is not limited to those arranging words in a sentence, also proper usage of punctuations. Okay, so kasama po yun sa ating grammar rules. Okay, the proper usage of punctuations. Okay, not just forming and arranging words correctly. Okay, or in a manner, okay, so in a sentence. Okay, so let us further define what is grammar at bakit nga ba importante yung grammar. Okay, sabi, di naman daw importante yung grammar, Filipino naman daw tayo. Okay, but still, okay, we need to speak no, the second language of ours, no, English. Okay, so syempre with proper grammar. So sabi, grammar daw, okay, ano yung importance ng grammar? For us to know the difference between knowing your shit and knowing your shit. Nakukuha? Okay, so that is a grammar. Okay, so para malaman natin, no? So minsan kasi when we are wrong, no, or when we are mistaken in using grammar, okay, so your information is misleading. Okay, so just like this one. Okay, so sabi nga daw ng grammar, it is knowing the difference between knowing your shit and knowing your shit. Okay, so just here, no, a proper misplace no, of punctuation mark here. Okay, so would what we call will draw with the sentence or would change the meaning of the sentence. Okay, and also ano pang importance ng grammar? So why do we need to study grammar? This one. Now, this is why grammar is important. Kaya imbis na no more rape, okay, ang nangyari, no more rape ang nangyari. Okay, because the punctuation marks, okay, or the punctuation mark here, okay, was, tawag dito, was pointed here, no, at after no, or was indicated after no. Okay, imbis na doon sa dulo. Okay, so that is why grammar is important, na nagkakaroon tayo ng misleading information. Okay, imbis na no more rape, nagiging no more rape. Okay, so parang nagpo-promote ka pa. Alright, so that's why we should use or we should learn how to use grammar accordingly. So let's start. Okay, syempre when we say grammar, hindi mawawala ang subject-verb agreement. But we are not going to tackle the entirety of it. Okay, so I have here 10 rules lang. No, I have ready 10 rules no, of the subject-verb agreement. Not the entirety of it. Okay, it would consume time. Okay, kapag nilahat natin iyan. No? So that would be the whole ano na yon, the whole semester natin puro grammar lang. Okay, so this is the basic rule. Okay, so for those who have an open mic, na kindly turn it off muna. Okay, so the basic rule, a singular subject, okay, takes the singular verb, whereas a plural subject takes the plural verb. Okay, di ba? That is the basic rule. Okay, si singular subject para kay singular verb. Si plural subject para kay plural verb. Okay, so buti pa sila. Okay, so example. So the list of items is are on the desk. Okay, so let's try nga. Let's find out what is the correct answer here. Okay, kung mayroon pang natatandaan about grammar, so the basic rule, again, singular subject takes singular verb. Plural subject takes plural verb. Okay, so how about in this example? Okay, what is the correct answer? Okay, what verb form should be used? Is it is or are? Sinong makakasagot? Who would like to make it a try or to have a try? There are unnecessary noises. According to Ashley, no, for her, it's is. How about the others?
Is po.
Is pa rin. Okay. According kay Tracy, am I correct? Is then. Okay. So what do you think? Why is? Not just because the underlined word. No. Okay. So if you know that list here, no? Okay, allow me to annotate it. Wait for a while. Okay. If you know that list here, no, is the subject, then you will choose is. Okay? Okay, kung ang ginawa mo subject is items, are ang gagawin mo diyang subject, di ba? Okay, pero the correct answer is is. Okay, that's correct because the subject here is list. Okay, list of items. Okay, not the items alone. Okay, so kaya is pa rin siya. Okay, so very well. So medyo tanda pa naman. So that is the basic rule, ha? Okay, now for the first rule. Okay, so I would like you to identify first which is correct in these two examples. A bouquet of yellow roses lend color and fragrance to the room. Or a bouquet of yellow roses lends color and fragrance to the room. Alin kaya ang tama? The first one or the second one? Alin kaya ang tama sa dalawang yan? Is it one, example number one, or example number two? Before we, we reveal the answer. Number two, according to Ashley. How about the others two? Okay, Grace. All right, so let's find out. All right, so that's correct. So example number two is the correct answer. A bouquet of yellow roses lends color and fragrance to the room. Bakit daw? Kasi according to rule number one, a subject will come before a phrase beginning with of. Okay? So a subject will come before a phrase beginning with of. Kapag meron tayong of phrase such as of yellow roses, ang subject daw is before that beginning, before that of phrase. Okay, meaning ang subject is si bouquet. Okay, so bouquet is singular, no, in its form. Okay, because it is tawag dito, what do you call this one? Para siyang collective. Okay, so bouquet. Okay, so bouquet here functions as singular. Okay, a bouquet of yellow roses lends. Okay, meaning si bouquet yung lens. Okay, hindi not roses lens. Okay, kapag roses lens kasi, so it will be plural. Okay, but the subject here again is bouquet. Kaya importante, no, for us to find out first, no, what is the subject in the sentence? Okay, before choosing a verb, no, or before using a verb. All right. So bouquet is the subject, so the answer is lens. Okay? So pagdating naman sa verb usage, no, usually, but most often than not, but not all the time, okay, kapag ang singular subject natin, walang S. Pagdating sa verb natin, may S. Kaya nagkakabaliktad. But usually lang, ha, most often the time lang, but not all the times. All right? Next, okay? So for rule number two, my aunt or my uncle are arriving by train today. What do you think is the answer in number 1. My aunt or my uncle are arriving by train today. Is or are? Ano kaya? Okay, you can chat it to the chat box. Is. Okay, some of you says is. So let's have number 2. Neither Juan nor Carmen are available. Okay? Neither Juan nor Carmen are available. Okay? In example number 2, what do you think is the answer? So most of your answers are when it comes to here. Okay? So some of your answers is here, are here. Now, third one. Either Kiana or Casey are helping today with stage decorations. How about in number 3? Okay? So most of you answer, half of your answers are, meron silang sagot ng is, meron din silang sagot ng are. Okay? So, but most of your answers are in the third one. Okay, let's find out what is the answer. Okay, so to be honest, the answer here in all of these examples are is. Lahat po yan is. Okay, so hindi po are. Bakit? Kasi according to rule number 2, no, two singular subjects connected by or, either or, neither nor, require a singular verb. Okay? So singular subjects connected by or, either or, neither nor require a singular verb. Tignan natin mabuti ha, singular subjects lang ang sinasabi. Okay? Kapag yung dalawang bagay o dalawang subject is pinagko-connect ng mga to ng or, either or, neither nor na singular, it requires singular verb. Paano kapag plural? Okay? So there will be another rule for that. Okay? Si aunt tsaka si uncle, singular. Kaya is ang gamit. Si Juan tsaka si Carmen, singular, kaya is ang gamit. Si Kiana tsaka si Casey is singular, kaya is ang gamit. Alright? So nakikita natin kapag gumamit tayo ng either or, neither nor, basta yung dalawang subject is singular, automatically singular verb po ang gagamitan. Okay? Pero paano naman kapag isa sa mga subject ay naging plural? Okay? So what will be the rule for that? Meron tayong rule dyan. Okay? So neither the plates nor the serving bowl go on that shelf. What do you think is the answer in this example number 1? Sa tingin niyo anong sagot dyan? Neither the plates nor the serving bowl go on that shelf. What do you think is the answer? So one of you says goes. How about on the second one? Neither the serving bowl nor the plates goes on that shelf.
Goes pa din po.
Goes pa din. How about the others? Goes then? Okay. So most of you says goes according to Grace as well. No, the chat box it's goes. Okay. So basically the answer here would differ. Okay. So bakit meron kasi tayo ditong plural subject at meron din tayo dito plural subject. Okay. Pero paano yung magiging rule kapag may plural subject tayo when we are using or, either or, at saka neither nor? Okay. So in this rule, ganito daw ang mangyayari. Rule number 3, the verb in an or, either or neither nor sentence agrees with the noun or pronoun closest to it. Okay? So it agrees with the noun or pronoun closest to it or closest to the verb. Okay? Titignan natin kung ano yung noun tsaka pronoun na pinakamalapit doon sa verb. Okay? So in this example, the verb are goes and go. Okay, ito po yung verb. Alin ang pinakamalapit? Si plates or si bowl? Okay, in the sentence. Okay, so not on the on the structure. Siyempre, ibababa yan. Okay, pinakamalapit si bowl. Okay, identify natin si bowl. Is bowl plural or singular? Ano si bowl? Plural or singular?
Singular.
Okay. So kung singular si bowl, ang dapat natin gamitin verb, sabi ng basic rule, is singular din. Okay? So ano dapat ang gamitin? Goes or go?
Goes.
Okay, very well. So dapat na gamitin is goes. Okay? Kasi si bowl ay singular, so therefore, dapat ang verb natin must be singular too, which is goes. Okay? And it is different on the second example. Okay? So given that Go and goes here are the verb. And then we have here plates and bowl. Okay, the closest noun is plates. Okay, is plates singular or plural?
Plural.
Okay, plural ngayon si plates. So dapat ang maging verb niya is plural din. Kaya nakukuha, so it must be go. Okay, so ito po yung correct answer when it comes to number 2. That is the third rule. Okay, second rule natin, kapag meron tayong or, either or, neither nor, okay, between two subjects, okay, singular verb po, as is yun. Okay, pero, okay, kapag gumamit tayo ng or, either or, tsaka neither nor, and we are connecting two subjects differently, singular tsaka plural, magdedepende tayo sa pinakamalapit na noun or pronoun sa verb. Okay? So, ang pinakamalapit na noun or pronoun sa verb ay plural, plural din po ang gagamiting verb. Alright? So, that is the difference between rule number 2 tsaka rule number 3. Okay? So, question with that before we go to the rule number 4. If none, kindly hit the thumbs up button. Alright, so very well. So, let's proceed. Okay, so in this example, I would like you to answer again. A car and a bike are, is my means of transportation. A car and a bike are, is my means of transportation. Is it are or is?
R po.
Are. All right. So how about the others? Is. Okay. So some of you answers are, some of you answers is. Okay. So the correct answer is are. Okay? Because we do have here the conjunction end. Now, as a general rule kasi, okay, as a general rule, no, we use plural verb with two or more subjects when they are connected by and or end. Okay? So that is the general rule, no, general rule. But there are exemptions, no, or exceptions, no, to the rule. Okay? So kaya ito naging are kasi parehas silang, tawag dito, dalawa silang subject. A car and a bike, hindi sila magkasama. They are two different subjects. Okay? So kung dalawa lang silang gagamitin is are, that's correct. Okay? But take note of these exceptions. Okay? So let's say for example, breaking and entering is against the law. Is po ang ginamit. The bed and breakfast was charming. Okay? So meron tayong conjunction end. Pero bakit is ang ginamit? Bakit hindi verb? Eh sabi ng general rule, dapat daw plural verb kapag gumamit tayo ng and. Okay? So but there are exemptions. Okay? Kasi yung paggamit ng and, no? So it suggests no, that there are two different things such as car and a bike. No? How about in this one? Breaking and entering. So breaking and entering is a collective one. Okay, breaking and entering, iisa lang po iyon. Okay, so magkasama sila, they are what we call compound nouns. Okay, meaning magkasama sila, breaking and entering, bread and butter. Okay, bed and breakfast. Okay, so magkakasama po sila. So bakit may end sila, pero they are a collective or compound nouns rather, okay, they are going to function as singular. That's why singular verb lang po sila. Okay, breaking and entering, ginamit siya as compound words. Bed and breakfast, compound words. Okay, unlike this one, a car, that is different, and a bike, that is different one. Kaya are ang ginamit. Okay, so would that be clear? Can you hit the thumbs up button if that's clear? Okay, very well. So next, the politician along with the newsman is or expected shortly. Okay, so I would like you to answer again here in these two examples. On the first one, the politician along with the newsman is or expected shortly. What do you think is the answer?
R.
Okay, some of you says are. Again, when it comes to pronunciation of the and, no need for you to be confused lang naman on that. No? So I am saying it is and because of the sound. Okay, pag sinusulat kasi yung sound, no, when it comes to end, tawag dito, minsan kasi kapag end na ganyan, okay, end na END, no, yung katapusan. Okay, pero kasi once we write no, the word and, so when it comes to it's a phonological writing, sinulat kasi yun pa ganyan. Okay, So malalaman niyo yan siguro na once you get college na for an English language. Okay? So kaya medyo and. So not straight E kasi yung basa. When it comes to writing the word A and D na phonologically, ganito kasi siya. Okay? Kaya ginasulat ko yung salitang, sinasabi ko yung salitang and instead of end. Okay? Which is E and D. Okay? So going back, so most of your answers are, okay, syempre because we have here along with the newsman, di ba? So the politician along with the newsman, okay? How about number 2? Excitement as well as nervousness are the cause of her shaking. Okay? So what do you think is the answer in second example? Excitement as well as nervousness are the cause of her shaking. Is it is or are? The second one. Okay, some of you says are then. Are, okay. So basically the answer is. All right. So both the answers are is. So bakit is ang answer? Okay, since this is the rule number 5A. Rule 5A sabi, sometimes the subject is separated from the verb by such words such as along with, as well as, besides, and not, etc. So these words and phrases daw are not part of the subject, ignore them. Sabi, hindi daw sila part ng subject, so just ignore them. And use a singular verb when the subject is singular. So let's find out what is the subject. The subject is politician and excitement. Okay? We have here along with the newsman at saka as well as nervousness. Okay? So tinatawag din natin itong appositives. Ito minsan. Okay? So tinatawag natin sila appositives. Okay? So the politician along with the newsman, okay? So sabi dito kapag meron kayong phrases and words such as along with, as well as, besides, not, okay? So kindly ignore them. Okay? So meaning yung along with the newsman here, kindly ignore them. Okay? So the politician are expected shortly. Okay? Nakikita natin kapag tinanggal natin tong phrase na to, okay? So, buo pa rin yung sentence, nandun pa rin yung thought. The politician is expected shortly. Excitement is the cause of her shaking. Okay, so doon natin malalaman na pwede natin i-ignore to kahit na i-X natin siya. Alright? So that's it. So, is po ang gamit, kindly disregard those phrases. Okay, so that's the rule 5A. So, rule 5B. So, rule 5B tayo, example, Joe, parenthesis, and his trusty mat, parenthesis, were always welcome. Okay, in this case, this is rule 5B. No? So kagaya din nung kanina naman meron tayong phrases such as along with, besides, as well as. Ito naman, ginawa niyang parenthesis. So ganoon pa rin, same rule will apply. Okay? So parentheses are not part of the subject. Kindly disregard it. Okay? So hindi po kasama yan. Okay? So si Joe, singular or plural? Okay, so basically singular. So the answer is was. Joe was always welcome. Okay, nakukuha natin. Kahit may kasama pa siya dyan, nasa parenthesis, kindly disregard the parenthesis. Kindly disregard those phrases such as along with, besides, as well as, and not. Okay, that is rule number 5. Kindly rejoin lang once the Zoom meeting has ended. No? So examples. Again, there is 4 hurdles to jump. Second one, there are a high hurdle to jump. Third one, here is the keys. So on the first example, what do you think is the answer? In this example, are or is? Okay, most of you says are. How about in this one? There are a high hurdle to jump. In the second one? Is. How about this one? Here is the keys.
Are.
Okay, are. Okay, so very good. All of your answers are correct. So, okay, so as you can see here on the lines naman, di ba? So, ito yung ating rule number 6. In sentences beginning with here, tsaka there, the true subject follows the verb. Okay? Kapag po ang salita or ang sentence rather, ay nagsisimula sa here, tsaka sa there, okay, ang verb po natin, okay, o yung subject natin rather, is pagkatapos ng verb. Okay? Ito yung verb natin. Okay? Ang subject pagkatapos daw ng verb, which is hurdles. Hindi po subject si there, hindi po subject si here. Okay? So kapag gumagamit tayo ng there tsaka ng here, ang subject ay laging pagkatapos ng verb. Okay? Which is hurdles. This is the subject. Hurdles is plural. Therefore, the subject must be plural. Kaya tama si R. Hurdle here is singular. That's why dapat ang ating verb is singular. So tama si is. Okay? Kiss here is the subject which is plural. So that's why we should use the verb are, which is plural. Okay? So that's correct. Now all of your answers are correct. So that's rule number 6. Next one. Okay, so 3 miles is or too far to walk. 5 years is or the maximum sentence for that offense. $10 is or a high price to pay. Okay, what is your answer in question number 1? Okay, so anong answer sa number 1? Is or are?
R. Nakamute.
Are. How about in number 2? What do you think is the answer? You may use the chat box now if you want. Okay, Arden, according to most of you. Okay, may nagsabi ring is. Okay, so but most of you answers are. How about in number 3? What is the answer in number 3? $10 is or a high price to pay.
R.
Okay, so are. How about the others? Is, so medyo hati. May sumasagot ng is, may sumasagot ng are. Okay, but most of you says it's is. Okay, so let's find out the answer. Okay, so basically the answer in these 3 examples are all is. Lahat po is. Bakit? So this is rule number 7. Use a singular verb with distances, periods of time, sums of money, illness, etc. No, when considered as a unit. Okay? So yung mga distances, periods of time, sums of money, lahat po iyan ginagamitan ng singular verbs. Okay? 3 miles distance. Kahit yung S pa niyan eh hanggang 3 miles. Okay? So is pa din ang gagamitin. 5 years. Okay? Kahit may S pa yan, okay, that is period of time, is pa rin ang gagamitin. $10. Okay? So $10 here is sums of money. It's is. Bakit siya naging is? Kasi price siya dito. Okay? Meaning collective siya dito. Okay? But there are exemptions to the rule as always. Okay? So may exemption to the rule at ito yun. $10 dito naging plural siya. Okay? Tignan ang pagkakaiba ha. $10 here, kaya is siya because price siya. Okay, tag price siya. Okay? Sabi dito, if considered as a unit, a 1 unit. Yung $10 dito, 1 unit siya kasi price siya. Okay, kaya isang gamit. But in this example, $10 were scattered on the floor. Okay, bakit were ang gamit, hindi was? Eh, sabi ng rule number 7, dapat singular verb kapag meron tayong sums of money. Okay? But there is a condition when considered as a unit. Okay? So unit yung $10 dito sa una kasi price siya. But in this one, yung $10 here are individually counted. Okay? $10 were scattered on the floor, meaning the literal money itself. $10 naka-scattered sa floor. Marami yon. So that is were. Okay? Dapat were yon. Makikita yung pagkakaiba. $10 here is a tag price. Okay, this is function as 1 unit. Okay, kaya $10 siya is. $10 dito were siya kasi it's scattered on the floor. Okay, yung $10 here, we are talking about the money itself. Okay, $10 individually. Okay, kaya were po ang gagamitin. Okay, so always remember that there are exemptions to the rule. Okay, so yun po yung pagkakaiba ha. Huwag malilito, kaya dapat i-analyze muna yung sentence. Okay, so especially for case like this. Next. So for rule number 8, I would like you to answer this again. Number 1. A lot of the pie has have disappeared. Okay, kindly answer. A lot of the pie has have disappeared. No, a lot, all, some we do have here. No, has or have?
Has.
Has po.
Has, okay. How about all of the pie is are gone? Is it is or are?
Are.
Okay, are. How about some of the pie is are missing? What do you think is the answer? Okay,
Is.
most of you meron sumagot ng as, ng are, meron sumagot ng is. So try natin, is ang mas marami. Okay, so on the first example muna tayo. Okay, si has tsaka si have. Okay, so are they present or past tense? Unang-una, no, reveal lang natin. Si has tsaka si have, present or past? Si has tsaka si have, present tense, past tense. Sabihin nga natin before we proceed to the rule. Most of you answers past. Okay, that is the common misconception, no? Has and have po, present yon. Okay, ang past had. Okay, natatandaan? Ang past natin is had. Has tsaka have, present. Okay, so present singular has, present plural have. Okay, so ginagamit natin sila sa ganong part. But in this example, most of you answers has, and that's correct. Okay, so bakit? Bakit correct yung has? So this is the rule number 8. With words that indicate portions, no? Exempli gracia, a lot, a majority, some, all. Okay, so yun yung mga yun ha, words that indicate